Far from the influences of Earth, mythical creatures have been hidden away remotely for eons of time. These hybrid creatures flee here from humans, and while some are merely abominations, others are found to possess living souls. The throne wars wage on for the very souls of the creatures discovered here, the brood intent on enslaving them, forcing them to strip mine this small planet of its rare elements. Supernovae that the brood feed on are set to consume the sky and this little planet. Yet an unforeseen threat lurks, and something here is not as it seems, and those who come soon lose themselves. Suiel has just arrived, and she has discovered that a virus is eating up their memories. She urgently wants to warn Zack about this, while she can still remember what it is. Yet Zack isn't listening to the lying lips of a brood warrior. You must choose your path. Save the creatures, or enslave them to mine this planet raw.
All right, VindaCator here from iPlayMore.com. Quick reminder to go to iPlayMore.com, sign up for our video game tests. And that was our little intrepid introduction. We'll be working on the cinematic after that. I already said that. I don't even know my own stream. All right. So I am the founder of IMU Studios, and I am the producer for Thunder Throne Wars. Takes place right here, a little place called the Milky Way Galaxy. And if you live where it says sun, because you're an Earthling, and you travel down the Carina Arm, you end up at the Stellar Jewel Box Nebula NGC 3603. And NASA took a satellite image. It looks like this. And if you cruise a little closer, come to a little planet called Nebulous Prime. So we put our planet there. And as we zoom in on it, I'm just trying to get everything adjusted right. We come to a world that we've created here, the wonderful world of Az. And there's a Zur Island and Abyss Island. And that's where our game takes place. So today I'll be going through Intrepid. We're getting close to having our vertical slice done there. And Blue passed the one deadline, and we're just wrapping up the second one here on September 26th. And so I don't know, maybe we're perfectionists, but we're just trying to make it as good as it can be. All right. So basically everything here we've kind of built out, including Bear Isle, version 2 even, and Mystery Island as well. And then we're going to start putting that all together. All right, so there's a metagame in our game, which means winning and losing matters. So when you're taking territory, can be earned and won by your team or the enemy team. And so the blue is the kin and the red is the brood. And it's kind of like a massive battlefield. All right, so here is kind of an updated image talking about our it's so funny, this I go blank on this. Our suns. What am I trying to say? I keep getting supernova stuck in my head. That's a problem. But yeah, so giant. That's what I'm trying to say. So there's a blue giant and a red giant, and actually the blue giant is bigger than the red giant. But it's just an image I found, and I thought, wow, it kind of looks like what we're doing. And then you get the blue moon and the red moon on just off the planet. All right, so we're really close to being presenting to the Epic Mega Grant. And for our share of this $100 million, the writers have done a fantastic job on the letters. And we'll be presenting for both our TV show and our video game. And then we'll be going to Epic. And these are a list of all the publishers, but probably Epic is the focus. I've gone through a few of the contracts out there. They have the very best deal, 100% financing. So, yeah, that'll be the next thing that we do once we get through pre-alpha. And talking about the TV show, so the working name is Thunder Rocks. We've got an advisor who already has a show on Amazon, and we've got our first 5 seasons laid out, just as, titles. And the first season, we've got story arc, and we've got 84 episode of story arc, so we know what's going to happen for the first 5 seasons. The writers have written a 2-episode pilot script, and then we'll be bringing on an executive TV producer and pitching this to Amazon, Netflix, HBO. But the TV pitch Bible is done. Here's what it looks like. So that's the new version. And we've made lots of updates, lots of rewrites, getting it to the level that we want. And then we've got the first 2 episodes done, first 2 pilot scripts. So instead of just doing 1 pilot script, we've done them all. And I've got that all fixed up now, so that's good. And just the relationship between the characters, that's all planned out. Something that the writers have done. All of this music here. Now, this song is actually different, but all the music you hear I've composed. There's all the covers for all the single songs. This song here is actually from a very old rock opera. You remember in Phantom of the Opera where the Phantom comes out? Or, Star Wars where the Darth Vader comes out? Well, this is kind of supposed to be my song that's like that. And then I adopted it into this video game just because people like it. And people have said that this is one of their favorite songs. So it's interesting because I didn't ever expect that. All right, so Zoran has been doing weekly Friday meetings talking about our technical aspects. So we do have the occlusion calling done to relax the renderer. So that was just a matter of turning that on. But these things, object baking, material baking, texture streaming, is a lot more complicated. Not only are we doing that, we're also starting on the next level. So that's Excalibur. And we're dividing it up into chunks right now. And then each of those chunks will have a level streaming box, I don't know what to call it, level streaming put on it, and then so it will be exactly what Zoran wants. So we can't really do that with Intrepid because it's a little bit too far away. Saying it's going to run almost 200% faster. So that's great. So I'm just going to keep showing this until we get those things done. Check these things off. It's going to be great. All right. So talking about Steve, one of our junior concept artists, I just said, yeah, give me 12 trees. He gave me these. And I didn't even give him any changes. I said, this is fantastic. They're all totally unique, totally different characters. Now look at the check marks there. He has all of that done. Number 2 and number 3, he needs a top view. And then he's done all 12 trees. So congratulations, Steve. That's awesome. We have tree 12 in the game. Oh, I'll show that. So there's tree 12, his views. There's what Sophia did. And not only did Sophia get this done and we got them rigged, John, the animator, has a bunch of animations in the game. I might have some time to show that today. I just put the tree in many times, each with a different animation, because we don't have a programmer doing that right now. So now, Steve also did tree 1, and Sophia has modeled that. That's going to go out to a rigger. And so we're also going to have tree 1 done as well. It's going to be kind of an interesting character. And Steve's also done the views for tree 12, 10, 8, 4. And this random number is just because I didn't want him to do them in order. I'm like, this is the most important one to get done. Do this one first. So I set that to him. Now he's done all of this. Tree 6, tree 11. And then this week he got tree 9 done, tree 5 done, and tree 7. Those are the top views as well. I'm not showing that, but he got that done as well. So it's 16 playable characters in the game. It's interesting because I have somebody talking to me about a co-founder position, and so I showed them the very old. We've got a cinematic from 2005. It was actually produced later than that, but that's the team that we had, older technology and stuff. So he was asking where the characters for, but they haven't been done yet. So anyways, so we got Balaam, we've got Tally and Zach. Those are the 3 most important characters in the story. So that's why we have them first. And we have Uriel, Suiel, and Saflatus. And they're pretty important secondary characters. Then we have Aha, Azrael, and Payman, which is the 3rd brother. And so I don't have Namash. Today we're talking about Namash. But there's Payman, who is also in the beginning of that video. Now, Camiel is a different matter here. So Duck came to me and he says, well, not only do I do incredible 3D modeling, I do concept art. I'm like, really? I said, can you do Camiel for us? because the writers have been talking about him, so we've got to write up on him, and I have to provide a picture. And I just, went on the internet, and it's not our version. So he did this up for us, so we can put that into the document. So that'll go into our TV Pitch Bible, where it talks about the characters. So thank you, Duck, and man, you are a good artist. Isn't that amazing? So this character is not playable. He's a mentor. You're not going to really know much about him. He was not meant to be shown this early, but hey, the writers don't always do things exactly according to the order of development. So Leandra, I thought, okay, I'm going to, she's been doing all that lagger stuff. She did all of the mole people stuff. Fantastic. We're not there yet. So we're not really building out those models for that part of the world. And I thought, you know what? I'm going to give her a try on one of our characters. Now, it's interesting because I've heard this from a couple of people, and I just want to clarify. It doesn't matter. I'm going to prove it right next here. Doesn't matter how cartoony the concept art is, and I'm going to show you why. So anyways, this is Ambiel, and I'm giving her a chance to work on this. These are just roughs. She's just saying, hey, which do you like a bit better? And so A, B, or C. People can vote on that. That's great. I've already given her some of my input. We've also had this character quite developed from the original concept artist, so that's kind of cool. So then there's Payman's Fortress. Now again, this is concept art, but it's done in 3D. That's why it looks so good. And Azrael's Sun Castle, and Ija got the blue sun and the blue moon and the red moon in there. There's a sun and a moon and a red, so I'm confused. And you can see Payman's Fortress down low, and Azrael's up high. And a Huz Castle. So I had original concept artist do this, and then Ija redid it. Just looks fantastic. And then we gave Telly a castle in Bane. Bane was supposed to be kind of like a mystery, and I thought, well, Telly's a main character. She doesn't have anything over on this island, so I gave her this. And there's a big story about breaking into here, this underground. This whole level's underground, so it's totally different than anything else that we're doing. All right, so here is our Lagger Guru. So no textures. He's going to have a robe. This is going to be a staff. Still need to get that done. So that's something I did talk to Duck. He's not going to have time to do the unwrap on this. So this might have to go to someone else. I'm not exactly sure. Enrique, this is the quest book that he did. And so you get that book, and then you learn about these underground maps. So this is where you get banished to. So this is a Unicorn Pegasus. And then it's just going to be that you push your M map button, and you're going to be able to see where you are in the map if you have the book and you've done the quest. That's how it's going to work. And Forever will be the Wildcat. And Intrepid that I'm showing today will be the Pygmy Marmosets. All right, so here's what I want to show. Okay, so here's Kieran. Kieran is a tattoo artist from the UK, very talented. Busy doing tattoos, but would rather be a concept artist. So he did up the Lagger prints. Now we already have a Lagger prints in the game, but it was kind of rushed, and the artist had to leave, and we did a rig on it, and it wasn't as good as we wanted it to be. So we thought, well, we got to redo that character. And so this guy looks totally different. So Kieran did up the concept art. We chose which one we liked the best. Leandra did up the views, and you're looking at this stuff. Look, it looks a lot more cartoony than what we're working with. And then Sophia did the model. So there's the 3D model. So now it's turning into 3D. And that's what it looks like today in the game. So there's Lagger Prints 1.0, Lagger Prints 2.0. And so I brought Sheila in. I didn't tell her anything about it. And I said, what do you think? And she says, well, this guy looks more like a Lagger. And I went, yes, he does. So that's the new one. So I guess we're heading the right direction. So we'll end up doing the Princess 2. Right now, the Princess eyes, eyelids have been fixed. Her shoulder deformation's been fixed. And it's with the animator. I'm still waiting for it to come back. All right, so Leandra did up the Lagger Guard. This has gone to Duck. So this model will be coming out next week. And he's going to be guarding that marketplace. And then the common laggers she did up. There's no huge rush on these guys yet. The common lagger B, so we got a couple of them. The Lagar Queen that Leander did. The Lagar King, Leander did. So the important thing that is this work is getting done. We're getting the views, and then when it goes through the 3D process, it's going to look photoreal like everything else. And there is the King's Throne, and then the various sizes of the characters and how they differ. And Fiara did up the Lager Castle and the views for it, and the marketplace, what the marketplace looks like, the views for it. She did up the huts and the views for them. Kieran did up the Dark Laggers. We've all picked B already. Haven't heard much from him. He's busy tattooing. That's all I know. And so these are the Dark Lagger huts. All right. So this is some of Duck's work. So there's no textures on these guys. This is in the pit. And yes, it is very dark. I put a light in there just so I could see them. But at least it's with the lighting on. So we got to make Gap's stool thinner because his wings hang down. The animator had the wings hang down, so they got to be on the sides. So that's what it's got to look like. And it's got to be high enough that Gap can reach over and pet Growl. So that's what's going on there. So the animation's all done. We got the throne done, the stool done, and this is on a platform that Sheila concepted up, and Mike did the model for. So that's all great. It's all coming along. Again, we need to unwrap these guys and texture them with the new texture system, new master texture system. So that's what's got to be done there. All right, there is the placeholder dragon. At some point, we'll have our own dragons, but that's really later in the game. This is just a little, we'll call this a foreshadow. So that's exactly what it is. So it's a female dragon guarding her egg. There's a quest for that. And there is the marketplace. So this is where the laggard guard. I think we'll put 2 of them here just to kind of guard this. And the players got to come around and sneak around. Of course, in my stream, I'm giving out some of the secrets, so you're going to sneak around and pick up the mail. And then she's going to give you a quest for Not With, which is invisibility. And then you can come back and steal an apple right from the front for the Unipig. Yeah. All right, so here's some of the images. This is from last week. Took some updated screenshots. There's the flowers that I've put in. They look like in the map. The updated waterfall. Got all the water, they're same color now. Updated sky. This is this is the Strangler plant, and this is the Temptation plant. You just got to be careful when you're getting the treats there for the prince. Sheila did up the concept art for this. I should have everybody listed because I'm like, Raphael did the model, and Nate's been doing some fix up on that. All right, another look at that. Henrique did all this up. This is actually for Bear Isle. We just added it into this map. So perfect. All of the cactus. It really makes you realize how freaking big this map is. And it's just one little tip of the island. All right, so this is the Shrine Stage 1. Sophia's working on Stage 3, and we've got a plan now how this is going to work when your character goes in, because I want to make this, so this is kind of a revolutionary idea, because most games, like I was playing a game called Dirty Bomb, and they changed the kick time to 20 seconds, which is just terrible. You know, somebody knock on the door, you get up, you come back, and you're kicked out of the game, lost all your points. I'm like, that's terrible. So what we do in our game is if you come into the shrine, you're actually still contributing to your team, because it'll go to Stage 2, Stage 3. If you go into an enemy shrine, so if I was Kin and I went into the Stage 1 shrine, it would change to a Stage 1 Kin shrine, which is very cool. But I want you to be able to come in here, go to the bathroom, go cook something, whatever, and have this change to Stage 3, so you're helping your team by locking the strongholds, the kingdoms, the empires, the dynasties inside of here, and you're AFK. And I love that idea. Because I think kicking players because they walked away from their screen for 20 seconds is a pretty stupid idea. So we don't do that. All right, there's the Unipeg. Still need to redo some textures on her. That's not a big rush. So that's the Kin Unipeg. There will be a brood one. It's done, but it's at the rigger low priority because that's actually for a different map. But we can put it in here for now. Anyways, looking at the waterfalls going up the mountain here, and you can see the nests. There's 3 phoenix nests there. So we're zooming in and take a look at the first one here, and there's a quest here. So you got a golden idol, you've got this blue rock, just shiny things. The marmosets like shiny things. And the story is the phoenix have attacked them and taken their shiny things, and they want them back, and they send a player to go get them. And there's your red crystal and your yellow, and there is a holy grail. And then there's going to be 5 altars in the game. You got to go drop those off at the 5 different locations. All right, so there is Tree Man 12. So he's in the game, not only walking, now he's thinking and he's pointing. So we got a little bit more of the animation done on that, little by little. All right, this is kind of heading towards the Brood Fortress. There is one of the altars, so you're going to have to find 5 of those in the game. And don't worry, we have little waypoints to show you where to go. Because quest fetching is definitely not something we want to get, that's not what this game's about. All right, so there is the Brood Fortress gate. And entering the gate, we go through. And I was happy to see that, boy, my mind just goes blank. Maybe we have too many people on the team. Anyways, I can't believe it. It'll come to me. That we're working on replacing all of this, because this is just placeholder stuff. I was thinking about this today. Wouldn't it be great to kind of make this like a little bit of a maze that's easy to get shoved off the edge with this? Instead of just having one square block like this, around one block that you go around, maybe you got to weave a little bit. Just an idea. We'll have to see. So we're coming in on the Brood Fortress. Got all the fire working. Got the lava moats. And this is from the back, so you see the icon up top. And this is Syphlatus, so she is a succubus, so you see her flag up on top, looking forward. Inside at the throne. I had to throw a little bit of light in there because it was really dark. Anyways, heading back out through the gate, back up across the map. And then we're going to go down into the fountain now. So Raphael did the Phoenix, did a fantastic job. He's doing the Phoenix versions of the ones that are going to fly around. So that's great. And he's doing the LODs for that as well. So this is a fountain version. So it's shooting water out. I'll show a bit that today. And here is the Komodo dragon. So he's running at 50% speed. So the animation is correct, but it is the blueprint that needs to be fixed. So I don't know why it's not running at the animation speed. I couldn't figure it out. That's a programmer thing. It's like everything's hidden. I just want to put everything out front. Let me change it. It's so much faster. But anyways, they do a lot of that. I guess it's just things that are complicated. So anyway, so going down into... So we've got some fluid friction issues. So I messed around with a whole bunch of settings in here. And it's really weird. You jump into the fountain and you kind of float at this level. You don't fall to the total bottom. You can use your recoil device to move around, which is fantastic. Jump now works. You can get out thanks to Michael, our new programmer. So that's fantastic. But yeah, getting down to the bottom, it's not as easy as it should be. And we're going out into the pit. You can see it's really dark. And this is me going back out of the pit. And then this is a shot of the new thing that Derek is working on. And I just have to say again, Derek, it's too dark. I would love to go jumping through this today, but my goodness, it is next to invisible. And maybe that's just because of the monitor that I have and the setting that I have, because I don't like blue light. But yeah. Anyways, coming back out, looking at the bridge that Boyan did. And Boyan's doing an updated version of that fountain, which is a lot more detailed, using Zoran's master texture system. So it's going to be very performant now, which is fantastic. That's what we're doing now next. Before we present, we just wanted to make sure everything was technically correct as well. So we still have an issue. That's that this map was not divided up into streaming level chunks. But we didn't really understand that. So it's just nice to have this map. All right, so coming in on the Pygmy Marmoset. So this guy's as big as your shoulder in the game. So he's just he's actually a little pet that you can train. And there's a close-up of him. And then this is the updated version. So this guy's doing the new animation, which is the eyes going back and forth. And these two guys, this guy's picking bugs out of his back and eating it, which is from the cinematic storyboards. And it's really rather interesting and funny. And so anyways, these guys don't have proper textures on. I'm just faking textures there so they don't look gray. All right, so we're going to start heading up over here. Going towards the Kin Castle. Now, first of all, Michael, thank you for fixing this. So this spawn point is now at the correct place. It's at the top of the plant. But we have a new issue. As you can see, this is supposed to be tiny growing, and it is inside this one that's stuck here. So I don't know, one is getting stuck there. So that is another little issue to deal with that pet plant. Seems like everything we create has some sort of complication to get it working perfectly. We had that working perfectly. Now we put in the new map, and now it needs a little bit of adjustment again. All right, heading up to the Kin Castle here. And Nate has elevators and all of this. Colin has promised that he will have this throne room updated to the newest version. Oh, look at how blurry that is right there. It's because somebody put on depth of field. I had to turn it back on. That's why I was having a problem with zooming last week. Anyways, so this will all be done. The roof will open. So it's going to be great. So this is just a placeholder version of it, which he said he never expected us to get all the elevators working, and it was just a placeholder. But yeah, the roof's going to open. It's going to be great. So this is from the back. That's from the top. So there's the Kin Castle and the water gate. Raphael's dad, Carlos, did that. So we've got the lava in here now. Still got to get the lava rivers in. Still got to get the Brood throne pit in, which is a big open pit that you can fall into, and then it's kind of like a maze to get back out. That's to balance with the Kin waterfall throne pit. I don't know what else to call it, but it is all those things. And so here's our main focus area. So when you do a vertical slice, you're really only doing one thing. But because this is a multiplayer game, and it's based on thrones and castles and fortresses, we felt that we needed to get those in. Because multiplayer is not in yet, which is really not our fault. Multiplayer is a very complicated thing in Unreal 4. First of all, you need to have somebody that understands how to do it. You got to build it on Amazon, so your Amazon Web Services, AWS. And the other thing is Amazon GameLift. Every time we update the game engine, GameLift is not at the level, so we can't do multiplayer. So anyways, it will come. We're going to make one more update, and then we're going to stay and finish the game. We need to get fur and hair into the game, and that's with the next version of the engine. Next two versions, actually. So we'll just jump up to 4.25.3 and let the engine continue on. And there is the shot of what the whole map looks like for Intrepid. There we go. So talking about Unreal Engine 5. So this is where we are going with game number 2. And we don't want to just jump in this. We don't want to take our, because that's the other thought. Oh, we could take our Unreal Engine 4 game and port it over to Unreal Engine 5. We could do that. The problem is this is a brand new engine. It's going to be buggy. It's going to have issues. As soon as we port the game over, nothing's going to work. We have to rebuild all the code from scratch. I mean, maybe not, but it's going to be a mess. So we're not going to do that. So we're going to update one more time. Going to get the first game done, get it out. We've got a whole polish stage planned for the game, 5 versions of updates, and then we go to game 2 on Unreal Engine 5. By that time, Unreal Engine 5 will have iterated many times and be a powerful base. Now, the wonderful thing about this is we can just throw models into it. We don't have to worry about LODs and all that kind of stuff. The engine figures out all the calculations. So here we are looking at Unreal Engine 5 per pixel density, Hollywood, high resolution graphics. We don't have to reduce anything. It's not like, oh, well, we shouldn't be using 4K textures. We should be using 2K textures. Well, then everything suffers. We're making a fast-paced game, yada, yada, yada. So, one thing I want to say to Nate was talking about the devices and how fast you move. None of that stuff has been, that's all roughed in. Nobody's worked. Michael's talking about working on the devices, but we really haven't done that yet. So there's a lot of work that we need to do. Yes, the recoil does move you quite quickly. It's probably too quick right now. But, for my stream, it's fine. And that's all it is. Once we get multiplayer going, things like that, we'll probably slow the whole thing down. That's very fine. We can make the movement, the recoil device movement match the technical aspect of the game. So you're not running through various zones really quickly and that game has no chance to do its loading and stuff. But this is really gorgeous. I've kept this in here for weeks just because it's a long-term plan of where we're going with all this. Beautiful, large, open-world game. And this is Niagara. So this is, the special effects that we're going to be able to do. And once we get up to 4.25.3, that's the full release version of Niagara. And not only can you do visual effects in Niagara, you can do audio effects. I don't even understand that. I've heard about it. I'm like, I don't know what that means. It operates, and this is probably the clue, it operates on a lower level of your hardware, and it doesn't take as many resources as the old Cascade system. And we're still using Cascade, so we're going to end up redoing all of our special effects, and they're going to look fantastic. So don't worry about anything that you see now, because that's all vertical slice, placeholder stuff. So just so you understand the process of making a game, the very first thing you do is make a prototype, then you make a vertical slice, you're showing the performance and all that kind of stuff that you want to get out of the game. That's why this technical stuff is so important. And then you go into pre-alpha. So we're not even at pre-alpha yet. Then you go alpha, beta. We're going to do a whole polish stage, release the game to the public, and then we've got 5 other versions of the game that are going to follow, and then game 2. That's the plan. All right, so here is our Throne Wars exponential gameplay. Very unique. So in a game where you have, like, say, capture the flag, you either have the flag or you don't. There's no exponential element there. And what I wanted to do with this design was create something exponential. So I went all the way back through history, all the various types of games. Just think of things like chess and cards and baseball, football, all these kind of things. I've looked at all those kind of things. And of course, I'm a gamer. So I've played MMOs, I've played first-person shooters, I've played RPGs. And so I took all the best of all that stuff and created this thing that I call Throne Wars Exponential Gameplay. And just to kind of give you an idea what that is. So you race to the throne. If you're the first person, you jump on this highest throne. So look at this. It kind of looks like the Olympics. You got first place, second place, third place. These are all different heights. Right? And that's exactly at the end of the game, first place guy is going to be on the center throne. So, and one of the things people talk about a lot of time is sitting on the throne. Well, we have no animation in the game yet, just some tests. With the characters, there's no animation. People are saying, oh, well, she doesn't close her hand around the scepter. Well, yeah, because there's no animation for that. It's done. There's no programmer to program that into place. So this is, early stage, pre-financed development. This is what it's like. Nothing's perfect. So, and we're still very early stage. We don't need to worry about that kind of stuff yet. So a lot of people are trying to look at us like, comparing us to, say, Call of Duty, $30 million, $100 million games that, are released and in the marketplace. Because games don't necessarily show themselves this early. But, Amazon said to us and Twitch said to us, show the game early, show it often. And I'm glad they did that because we could just be hiding in the dark, not showing any of this stuff. And, always trying to take it to the next level to get it perfect. And, we're just out there totally exposed. It's like taking your little baby and putting him in the park And, they have to fend for themselves for a bit, and that's kind of what we're doing here by putting our neck out and showing this stuff. But anyways, grab the center throne, and you wait for the announcement to be done. You collect this throne energy, and you take it to the central fountain, and you create a stronghold. A stronghold means that you level up your energy, your team's energy. It's wide open for them. Any of the brood, any of the enemy that get through can level it up until you make that stronghold. Then it goes to one side. We learned this lesson with our first prototype. You can have a perfectly balanced game. It's completely boring. You have to have a perfectly balanced game that the players make unbalanced. And that's exactly what this is. So when you get to a stronghold, and you can see this is kind of this like upside down pyramid. It's kind of like a fulcrum. And so that's what happens. The game begins to come unbalanced at the stronghold stage. Then, as your team holds your own throne, you capture the enemy's throne. You establish a kingdom. Now you got to hold both thrones until your top scoring guy comes back, touches the home throne, or places a throne or touch a place throne out front to declare an empire. Now the whole game comes down to one throne. The enemy's throne is out of play. They can still build thrones from it, but they cannot, nobody can capture it. You hold it for a certain amount of time. You have a dynasty. You build thrones across the level. You have dominations. You put the enemy icon in jeopardy, and you declare dominations. You destroy it to win the round. There's 2 victory conditions. One is destroying the enemy's icon. The second victory condition is banishing all of the enemy players. I'll show some of that today. So we call this SCED, Stronghold, Kingdom, Empire, Dynasty. It's just our little catchphrase for what this is. All right. So these symbols change as you relock. Every time you lock this, these symbols change. The enemy can go around and unlock these and unlock your SCED, but it relocks every time you go to another level. All right, so then there's a thing called Ultimate Throne Wars, and that's when you're placing thrones across the map and they meet. You get stopped. You can only build wide, and you can go around, but you can't go straight through anymore. And you go into a battle. So just imagine there's 4 guys here, there's 4 guys here, and they're battling. And whoever gets the highest score for their team wins the Ultimate Throne Wars, usurps the enemy, and the thrones are taken over. So these, if Kin, who's blue, won this Ultimate Throne Wars, all of these thrones would turn blue. And you place another throne from the back here, or a couple thrones, put the enemy icon in jeopardy, destroy it, and win the round. All right, so got t-shirts up. We have our poster up. And you go to teespring.com/store/iPlayMore. Enter the code iPlayMore. Save $3. And David, did you get your poster? What does it look like? I haven't seen those posters yet. All right, so there's our Discord. Oh, yeah, I might have to update that. I'm not sure. If this doesn't work, let me know. I got to update that. And you can earn mana on Discord by being active. Mana is our real currency in the game. Kind of revolutionary that you can actually put this money in and take it back out. Everybody else just captures your money. We don't do that. So you're allowed to sell items, make money, cash it back out, pay your rent, whatever you need to do. So revolutionary gameplay. All right, so let's turn on my camera. So I'm just stuck on one monitor here until my little part comes in. So I gotta just find my stream, click on Logitech, and oh, I see, I'm a little bit off center. Oh well, wave hello. Hopefully that's all working. And I got my super protective blue light glasses on because I don't like blue light. All right, so let's jump right into the game. So here is Kin. And I'm just playing 2 on one computer here. There's the oceans. I turned them down. It's still really loud. Okay, I'm going to turn them down a little bit more. That's a shrine. You can see it's filling up my shields. So there's lots of ways to play this game. There's a chest. That's going to enter your inventory. That's freedom. That's a rare shield. First guy in is going to get that. Takes a couple minutes for the next one to show up. We still have to do textures on this. Enrique did this up, and Henrique got it into the game. All right. And here we go for Brood. Like I said, I'm thinking about maybe putting a couple big screens there so you can see what's going out front, just to kind of balance it with what's happening on the kin side. So here's the kin. That's a recoil device.
Princess of Thunder.
Right, and take the lift. Just because I can. Come on. It's funny because I'm saying hurry up lift, but I'm the one that told them all the timings. All right. I'm just looking at that blue circle, how it's not even there. And I'm picky. Okay. Center throne. Oh, I can look this way. Push G. Turn around. So Suyao, so this is the enemy in here because we don't have anybody else. So talking about sitting on the thrones, people say we have the character sitting on the thrones. There's no animation yet, so.
Princess of Thunder.
So you see, I stayed until the announcement was done. I got 2 throne energies. Let's just go Brood because it's really fun. Nicholas is redoing these. See, I knew I would get the name. Man. Sorry, guys. Sometimes. That feels like you're walking up and there's no floor there. I love that feeling. Boy, that's good. And this is the Brood Gate. Nice and scary. Alright. Why walk when you can use your recoil device? Okay, so we got some pep coming down here. So each one... Whoa! Okay, we're going a little faster. Each one makes you go 0.1 faster, so you can get 30 of them and go 3 times faster. You can see I got 19 there. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Somebody put collision. I can't get in here. I bet you I can't get in here either, can I? That's as far as I can go. Okay, well, no stronghold today. I didn't test that. These things happen. So the new one's going in here. Somebody must have built collision on that by mistake. All right. But that's okay. You don't have to do that. So it's be pep here again. I got 23. I ran into a rock because I was going too fast. Okay, let's not use the shift run. Let's use it. Let's go see the lagger guru. He's over here somewhere. There he is. So he's going home. And then I put a didgeridoo with him. So we still got a bit to work to do on him. He's going to give you the quest for the pits. And the pit book and all that kind of stuff. Okay, did I pick up? I did not. Okay. Boy. I'd be slipping. Oh, and by the way, the lifts are not disappearing anymore, so I don't know exactly what that was. I mean, part of them seems to be, but that's just natural calling, I believe. All right. Oh, yeah, last week the claw wasn't working. To get her off. Let's just see. That worked just fine. Oh, man, look at that. Right on the edge of falling off. Just doing some shots on her. I'm going to let her capture that. Still don't know. So I got the throne down, but the collision must be tall. So maybe call and just check that when you put the new version in. She seems to be floating.
Queen of Dominations.
All right. So let's just go take a look at the shrines here. So I just did a left click to pull me forward, a right click. There is no letter on that one. Over to the brood one over here. Just hitting the space bar, which gives me wings so that I can flap. So it's like an extended jump. There it is. Okay. And we can see that that is the same. So this is going to be, so this is the underdog move. I'm going to unlock this shrine. You can see that the find matches that symbol. I go in. And it gives me another one. I got to go find the next one. They're random. They change. And every time. Okay, so here's what we're going to do. It's going to come to this one. I always try to do things different. And that helps me find bugs too. It's going to come up to this shrine. Okay. And I'm just going to go to the enemy here who has captured this throne. Now, of course, I could just take it back and forth and all that kind of stuff. Oh, and I do have anti-recoil on all those. Let's check out the tower since I'm going by it. There it is. Okay, so this elevator for the tower, I should do the tall ones. So take me to the first floor. Second floor. Yeah, these only have 2 floors, that's right. And then it'll go down. And I can jump. No falling damage in our game. Oh, I wanted to go check out the bigger one. So Nate, I thought we had that stopping. At the different floors. No, it's not stopping at the floors. It just goes right to the top. Anyways, he had it stopping at the various floors. I don't think he put that up yet. So. And then to get down, he just jumped down. So yeah, that is way better, guys. I have to agree. Than going round and round and round and round. All right. Oh no. Okay, let's do freedom. So you push enter and you have the ability to fly. Actually, I'm just going to go here. And I can just walk right out, jump over that, go out to the very end. I can push control. I can see the enemy. I can do my mouse wheel, zoom right in on her. Get some hits on her. All right. So I'm just using a recoil device to pull me quickly, pushing my space bar to get airborne. You're going to move a lot faster airborne than you are walking on the ground. So what we do is we unlock the full potential of the game engine. Whoa! I just fell off into the lava. That's funny. Because most games, they limit the movement, the speed. And so we just let you move as fast as you want. And then the scepter, as you can see in my left hand here, and I'll show you how to bring that online. That's to slow the enemies down. So all I gotta do is touch this. Instant Empire.
Empress.
So she's an Empress now. If I push T and I want to bring my Fire Scepter online, I can go S. I can push right mouse, and you can see my scepters online. So I got fire. I can shoot it by using F. That'll take some red shield, do some fire damage. I can push T. I got choice of lightning thrones, ice thrones. Storm's thrones. And if I push enter again to fly, you can see the thrones that I've been placing and how they move forward. And so you're going to build that all the way across the whole map. All right, so I'm going to turn off ability to fly, switch back to the enemy here. Okay, so you see there's a different find on my screen, and there's nothing here. So now that they've got Kingdom, and then I've got a timed ability, timed scenario? I don't know what to say. To unlock it, and then it becomes a... Dynasty. That's what I'm trying to say. Okay, so I'm bummed out about that fountain. Okay, so that's all I'm going to show here for this. One of the problems with how I'm doing this now is when I was showing banishing, it was with just barely leveled up shields. So I think what I'm going to do is we'll just try something here. Actually, you know what? I'm just going to push escape. Just going to try something here. If I go Alt P and bring them back in, then they're going to be new again without all the bonus shields and stuff like that. Be a lot faster to banish them. So this is, I'm just building in the, playing in the editor. So this isn't even a build of the game yet. Got a few more little things to do to get that all nice and exactly where we want. So we got 2 more weeks to wrap this up. All right, so there is Zach. And let's put the Brood in. Suiel. Yeah, boy, why is the ocean so loud? I turned them way down. It's funny. All right, so I'm just going to leave her here, and we'll show banishing. Yeah, I think that's a better way to do it. Okay. Let's go have a look at... And Derek, I desperately want to show the pit, but every time I go down there, I can't see nothing. So I know that has to do with my dark glasses and my low blue light monitor. All right. And I like moving fast. I'm a bit addicted to it. I admit. Okay. So here we go. Here's Lager Prince number 1, who's got the quest. And there's the new guy. So let's just talk about him for a second here. And that's that his eyes are yellow. I would like him to have a dark pupil. And you're noticing he doesn't have a crown. How did I miss that? You see how the old guy has a crown. So, but I'm noticing he doesn't jiggle. So it's only the quest. So Nate, that's something, there must be something in the blueprint that makes him jiggle like that. Because this guy's not jiggling when I'm close to him. So I'm thinking for the crown, so we'll fix the eyes. But for the crown, I'm thinking, why not make a quest where you go find his crown and then he gives you something. So that's the idea of the moment. So let's go do this quest. These quests are not perfect yet. So you just push Q to move it forward. This is a bit mixed up. He's talking to me like I'm obviously kin, but he's talking to me like I'm brood. Bit of an issue there. So they like to eat meat. So we've got a plant in here that's got produces something like the meat. We don't have M where you push it to get the map yet in here. So I'm not really sure. This is all messages for Nate. Do we want to have that working, or do we want to take it out of the message here? We got to do one or the other. I mean, I guess we could just leave it. But so it's not 8 of these. It's actually 13. And so here we go. Yeah, it's 13. You see, I got 13. And what I don't like about this is it isn't random. It is always the same. So it's kind of an interesting quest. This plant can grab you if you go at it the wrong direction, so you just got to be careful. It's very simple, but dangerous. And he'll just grab you. If you have no shield, you're in trouble, because you will be banished. But if you have some shield, he'll just take some of it. And I like the auto pickup. I don't have to push any button. I like that kind of thing. Okay, this time I'm not going to be fooled. I'm going to know where the next one is. So you just want to be careful how you go to it. Aha, it's right here. I always go flying over that one. This one's dark. All right. And then you're going to return. So we're going to get all these quests, move over to this guy, and delete this guy. So it's got to be done. So we need to get the animation in where he's taking the fruit from you. And then he's going to give you... We don't have all this working yet. It's going to give you this device. So this is how you get it. So this device is pretty cool. First of all, it's a little shield, and it can fly a little bit. So if you're in the pit, you're going to have this, because you always have that device. It'll protect you a little bit. Now, it's going to hold G so you can see. If I push to the right, my character is all protected inside there for a limited amount of time. That'll protect you from everything but stingers, which is red energy. And that device right there, it's going to come back. Come on, respawn. Come on. This device, H2O, which, yeah, there it is. Show it back up. The icicles, which is a right click, they can penetrate that. So only two things. So players are limited to two things to get through that. Okay. Our glow has disappeared from the characters, so it's a little bit hard to find each other. There she is. I thought so. So the characters are supposed to be glowing. We took the collision off the road. That's why their feet are going into the road. So we need to understand, if we put the collision back on, then the problem is that you try to come on the side, and if it's not perfect, you get stuck on the side here. So there we go. Oh, hey. Somebody put in more of my flowers. Interesting. Okay, well, that's kind of cool. It's always neat when people do things that I don't know about. So just so you know, the top of these can all be changed. This doesn't have to all be the same flower. Hold on a second, though. Oh, somebody's putting it on... Oh, I didn't turn that off. Okay, I can't do that while I'm in the game. I gotta... It's easy to turn off depth of field, but anyways. Okay, so let's banish her. So I've got a choice here. I can... So the game's very unique. So if you want... First of all, let's just show what the claw is. Okay, so I can come up to her, put her into a pod, and then I can just throw her. So that's a left click to put her in a pod, right click to just give her a big throw. And she can only move with her claw right now. Okay? So that's what she can do. So that's the claw. Rapid impact is white and black energy. So you get a right click, get a left click. You got red energy. And one, these stingers are being blasted by anything. Anything I shoot her with. Okay. But you see these are all different colors. So what I want to do is say, hey, I've got 2 blue devices. I've got the H2O and the hog. So that's what I want to shoot her with. So that's the left. That's because I was picking up something on the back. So I can use both of these blue devices. So that's a right click. And we need animation happening here. See, there's none of the animation. So those are going to spin around like a minigun. And she has been banished. So let's just switch to her. So she's been banished now. She can look around. She can see me. She can see all her gear that's laying around because she's been banished. But all she can do, she can check the scoreboard. But all she can do is spawn into the... That's really interesting. I'm going to move my head up and down. I'm seeing flashes. So that's a bit of an issue. I'm not really sure. I can't see nothing. So I'm not really sure where I am. So I'm just going to go back. Because I don't know what to do in the pit. You know, people have to be able to see. Otherwise, you're going to be totally trapped down there. So I can go here and pick up these goodies. She's left behind. We've got things floating. So that's not correct. Not sure why that happens, but something to do with code. Running over the rocks. Okay, so let's just go do some of the quests. So the Lagger Princess doesn't have eyelids here, so she looks a little freaky. So just, I'm going to stay away from her because she looks pretty freaky. So we got the new one coming. So she knows I'm Ken. So I'm just going to go through the quest with that. And she's talking about this world that we're in. So she's saying that the guards have been keeping the letters. They're trying to protect the prince and princess and all that kind of stuff. All right. So now there's supposed to be a waypoint. And this is all stuff for Nate because we're going to fix this stuff up. So there's a waypoint here. There's going to be guards out front. We're going to have to do something where the guards can contain you. So maybe the same thing that we do with the strangler plant where it grabs you. The guards can grab and hold you for a while. Maybe that's what we'll do. Just kind of keep it simple. Anyways, you come in from the back here. And you're not supposed to grab that mail sack. You're just supposed to grab one of these letters. It's just in your inventory, which we don't have. That's another thing we need to get done. I need to talk to you about that as well. So, all right, so you just come back. And E to interact. And this one is funny. This was really well written. Okay, so she's telling me to push G repeatedly. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to show you what happens when you do that. So just going to go through. Oh, look, it's working. Yeah, I know, guys, that is a little fast. But that stuff's never been set up. So there's the quest item there. But let me show you what happens when you push G in the game. So just push G, which means you look at your own character. You're going to see a gesture of your own character. Your character's going to dance or whatever they do, taunt enemies and stuff like that. But by pushing G, you see the power-ups are falling. They're not just appearing, they're falling from the sky. So you could just pick up that one, but the quest is complete. So then what's going to happen, and I'm going to try to mimic all this stuff. We still have to work with the writers a little bit. They wanted to make some changes and stuff. I haven't gone through that yet. It's really busy here. And we have a ton of people applying to become a part of this. That's why we do the weekly videos, to show people what the game's all about and talk to the developers. We're really not public yet with this. Okay. Whoops, I kind of forgot. So anyways, so what you're going to do next... Okay, sorry, I screwed up. So after you get the not with, you're going to have a waypoint to come over here and meet with the Unipeg. And so we need another animation here on the Unipeg, a quest animation. So when you click on it, and of course the E, so you click on it, and I clicked on E, but nothing happens. So that you're going to get a quest from her, and she's going to want you to go get one of the apples and not fall in the water. And this time, you've learned how to use your not with. So let's just select it. So it's that one right there. So if I push it, you see I go invisible. And now the guards are here. They can't see me. I can come up. I'm going to grab one of these yellow apples. And I can go away. I can turn it back off. And if I don't have it turned off, she should tell me to turn it off. Let's just look at Suiel's banish animation here. So this is the first banish animation test we have in the game. So when she's banished, that's the character you're watching here, she turns to stone and drops into the ground, sinks into the ground, falls into the pit. So that the way the character was banished, that's the kind of thing that's going to happen. So you're going to have a waypoint now to come back to the Unipeg. I'm trying to kind of figure this stuff out as we do it. I should always look at the script before I do this, but I could be a little wrong. So anyways, you're going to come back here with the apple. You're going to talk to her again, give her the apple. She's going to be very happy with you. She's going to send you over to the tree man. So I put a whole bunch of them in here. So these are just different animations. You're not going to see it like this.
My forest, my friends.
So he's walking, talking. Here's the guy just breathing. Here's this guy thinking. As you're talking to him, he's going to be thinking, and then he's going to point to where you need to go. And then you're going to have a waypoint at the fountain. You're going to jump down, go down into the pit. That's where you're going to learn about the pit. And then underground, you're going to go talk to Gap, get the quest from Growl, and then that's going to be for the dragon's egg. And then we'll just leave that as a kind of surprise. It's going to come up here. Here is the nests. Okay, and I'm lost. Oh, it's the next one. We'll have waypoints for you, just like you see down there. That's kind of a lingering waypoint. And this is where you can pick up the items. You can just see. Oh man, I hate how blurry that is. So I have to figure out how to turn that off. I didn't know it would turn on back on automatically. Somebody must have turned on level of detail. No, not LED. FOV field. Anyways, or it's blurry when you're looking at certain things. Anyways, that's not supposed to be on. Might be good for the TV show, so we can focus the shots and stuff. But it's not good for the game, especially when you're zooming. Anyways, there's going to be 3 nests up here, 3 phoenix. And the secret, so now I reveal secrets in this quest, or my stream. The secret is to shoot into the air and scare the phoenixes off. If you shoot them, you will banish them. They will go to the pit, and they will make the pit side of your quest harder. So I don't know. You're going to be able to get those quests out of order, which means you could go to the pit and have to face the phoenix if you've banished them. So don't do that. Okay. I had thought about something else I wanted to show. I can't remember now. We got new trees going to be coming. Oh yeah, so the marmosets, there's going to be a marmoset quest. Oh my goodness. I like the water today. So you can see there's the big phoenix feathers here. So we got to get those properly sized. I think they were 50% correct size. Oh, I'm in the wrong place here. That's why. I'm like, where are the marmosets? So look how tiny they are. So And see, when I zoom, they're blurry. So we got to fix that. That's terrible. Okay. So yeah, you see the guy walking. We're going to have to lift up his tail on that animation. See, his tail's totally underground. It should be up higher. So just things to be aware of. If it's dropping below, it's going to be underground. So the secret for the animation, keep the tail high and wagging. And then these guys, he's just picking some stuff off his back, which looks great. Of course, it's really tiny because it's supposed to be. Those are your pets. You're going to have a pet quest. That's the other thing that we don't have done is the pet quest. There's a plant here you need to get. But anyways, that's it for this week. I just want to get some basic ideas on gameplay, some of the secrets, some of the quests, some direction for the team. And week by week, we do a little bit more. So let's just jump back over to this. So make sure you go to iPlayMore.com, sign up for a video game test of Thunder, and we will see you next week. It's VindaCator, and I am out.